Hi everybody, welcome to my Think Aloud. My area of instruction is integration of science and literacy, and my specific topic is recycling. The purpose of this lesson is to teach the students what recycling is and why recycling is important, which is stated in my essential question, which is over here in this box. I actually chose to use Padlet because I was introduced to it in one of my other courses last semester, and I thought it would be great to use for this project. The main objective of my lesson is right here. It comes from reading science and technical subjects. It says, determine the central ideas or conclusions of a text, provide an accurate summary of the text distinct from prior knowledge or opinions. So I chose to do recycling because I wanted to deepen the students' understanding of recycling. I thought the best way to do that was to take what they already know about recycling, give them a text to read, and then build on their knowledge of recycling. So, as I said, the purpose of this lesson is to teach the students more about recycling and learn about what they already know. And the challenge for this unit of study is going to be over here, which I'll explain in a second, but they are going to have an online article that they have to read, and it'll kind of be, the challenge would be reading the article and taking important parts from that they believe will build on their knowledge of recycling. So it's going to be kind of finding information that's relevant and not relevant. My anchor text for this will actually be this article as well. They're going to be making a KWL chart, and they're going to be using this online article to do so. So I will be using the gradual release model. So I have, and right here I have the I do, we do, you do, and then you do continued. So for the I do part, I will show them a model of a KWL chart, which I have already made, and this one I just found online, but I would probably make my own. And then I would explain to them how I took what I already knew about recycling, and then explain to them the W of the KWL chart, which is what I'm still wondering about it, and then the L for the learned part, and have that relate back to questions that they had if they found them in the article, or just other facts that they learned while reading the article. And then the we do for this lesson will be, we will do these together. We'll be filling out this chart, and what I already know, I'll make this chart on the board so that all students can see it. What I already know, so I'll have them raise their hands and tell me what they already know about recycling, just to see what they already know, and they can build onto that later in the lesson. And then also the we do will be what I want to know. So students will raise their hands and ask me, or have me write down questions that they are wondering about recycling, or things they're unsure about, or things that they're hoping they will learn in the article that I will be giving them to read. And then the what I have learned will obviously be after they read the article. So then we'll go to the you do part over here, and I will pull up this article. Actually, I'll pull it up on the front of the classroom, but each student will probably have, either if they have iPads available to them, they'll have them pulled up on that. They can read it. And if worse comes to worse, I would have to print it out, but I'm sure we could get it online somehow. So then I'll open this up for them. I'd have them read this on their own. And it's a pretty long article, so I think that before they read it, we would go over, I'll go back to this, we would go over hints on how to be active readers with online articles, and this is how I will be supporting them in reading online, and I will model good active reader skills to use while they're reading online. So the supports that I will be providing them will be to go back and reread when you are unsure of something, take notes regarding important details that could later be added to your list, which would be the KWL chart. Refer to the images for help. In this article, there's a lot of images with captions, or there's one that's like a model of different things happening, so they can refer to those images if they get stuck on a certain part, like in a paragraph or something. Pay attention to headings and bolded and italicized words, and then make sure to divide up relevant information and non-relevant information. I think this will be the biggest one, because since it is an online article, they are going to be unsure. Some of them may be unsure on what is relevant or what is um, reliable information. I think this will be the biggest thing that I will have to go over with them and explain to them that not everything you see on the internet or you read is going to be true. So we need to make sure we know the credibility of each thing being mentioned. And then, so the strategies, these would be the strategies practices. So we will go over, and these are the strategies that we will use while we're reading this article. And then the tools I will be using will be my own KWL chart, just to give them an example of what they are to be making. And then when we go over here, I have the you do continued, which is the learned part of the KWL chart. So after the students have read the online article, and after they've taken notes, we will come back together as a class and we will fill in this side of the chart about what they learned. And some of it may be based off their questions in this one, and we'll write them over here, or this could just be new information that they learned and I think is important to know about recycling. And then how students will reflect on this unit of study will be, I'll have them do exit slips at the end of this lesson. So students will fill out an exit slip at the closure of the lesson to serve as a summative assessment and to reflect back on what they learned. So I'll open this, and this is obviously, these will be cut in half. This is showing two of them. So it'll be 3, 2, 1 exit slip, and they'll tell me 3 things that they learned today, 2 things that they found interesting, and 1 question they still have about recycling. And then we will touch on these in later days to come, so that the questions that they have can be answered. So this is my Think Aloud, and I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you.